G'day all. Just wanted to show you my telephone testing equipment that I use. It's actually an old bell box that it was empty and I've converted it into a telephone testing kit. So what I've got inside, unscrew that, here we go, is I have a series of equipment. So I've got a dial gizmo which I've set to New Zealand dialing, because I do have a number of New Zealand telephones. I have 2 or 3 which I like to test from time to time. And inside this little plastic bag I've got a BT plug which I plug into the end of that, and then I can test New Zealand dialing. The other socket I've got here is an Australian jack point socket, whatever you want to call it, and also a typical RJ11, which actually just plugs into the back of that, and then I can test, usual telephones that use the RJ11. That all plugs into this area here, which if I take the cheap Chinese Buttinski that I bought recently for $20 delivered, you'll see underneath that I've got a battery, so therefore I can test it remotely, or I can also plug, this is a 5-volt transformer, that can plug into the power, and then this here, I can undo that and plug that into the power, and that's quite a long cord as well. So if I switch it on here, I've got it set up so that it plugs into a United States cell to jack. And that will, in time, connect through to this cell phone that I'm filming on. So you can see there, the red light's gone on, and that means that it's connected to this phone. And I can, if I want, make a call. If I unplug that and plug in the Buttinski, plugged in the Buttinski, and it is working. Apparently it is 2009. Anyway, if I turn that on and I go and dial the telephone, which is sitting over there, GPO 706 I've got over there. So I'm going to dial the number for that phone. And it should ring eventually. Now, the cell to jack takes a long time. It's got a lot of circuitry in there and it takes ages. I think it's quite a slow thing. But we'll just let that dial out. And the other good thing about it is I can also test telephones that are of the 332 variety. So I have here a block terminal, Bakelite one, and inside there, I haven't opened it up, but it's basically connected through here. There's a green and a red wire which connect into here, and I can test older phones as well. So it's a really handy, nifty little thing. It didn't cost me that much to assemble it. Probably the most expensive component actually it was the cell to jack, and that's what I used on my old NZPO 332. But I didn't like the American cadence, so I've relegated it to this test equipment that I now have in this old empty bell box. Just going to quickly explain how the power works, or how it's wired. So this is the power supply which runs into the battery. So power here runs into the battery. The battery then supplies electricity to a USB switchboard that I've got set up here. So when I power that on, that in turn runs out into this location, through into the cell to jack, which is on at the moment. I've just turned it on. And then, so that's now connected through to this cell phone that I'm filming on. And then that in turn, a wire runs out, this beige wire runs out into the 2 RJ11s, and that I can make my connections through through there, through that splitter. So that's basically how it works. And then obviously I can swap between the terminal block, which I showed you before, the New Zealand dialing if I want to use that, the Australian connection if I want to use that, or as you saw before, the Buttinski that I was using. Alright, a quick postscript. This connection here I've got through out to the Bakelite block terminal is where I can connect older telephone types such as the 746, 706, the 332 and even the 232, and probably even candlesticks I could connect to this. It's just the two wires that run into that, but look, it does the job. I'm pretty happy with it, and all in all it's a very handy little kit which fits into the size of a small old-fashioned bell box. The other good thing I like about this is that I can easily just chuck it into a drawer, put it away. And the reason I basically have this testing kit is because I don't have a landline. This house is a modern house, it's never had a landline. So this is the only way that I can really test things, is by using this type of equipment. So yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next video.